They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
What's up, everybody? My name is Ethan. This is Courtside TV. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. So, today I'm going to talk about my Golden State Warriors. I'm going to try to keep it brief. You guys know that this is my team. I love me some Steph Curry, love me some Warriors, and they're finally back in action. But what we're not going to do tonight, what we are not going to do is we're not going to overreact to preseason. That's just, a theme over the past, we've had 2 nights of games now. Things are going to keep going. Don't take too much out of this. Do not, any good or bad, nothing, you can't, take too much out of it. You can be looking for, a couple of little things that can maybe point you in a direction of what the specific team might look like this year. So we're going to take bits and pieces out of what we saw from them tonight and some other teams, moving forward. But definitely do not overreact to whatever goes on in the preseason, because mostly it's just really a warm-up. A lot of players don't care. Coaches are just tinkering and trying to figure out lineups, and so just that's the bottom line here. Don't overreact to preseason. That being said, we are going to talk about the Warriors and a couple of things that they've done this offseason, and how the pieces sort of look together tonight, because this was the game that I watched, right? There was a lot of games on. Of course, I'm going to watch my team. I watched the Warriors, and I was able to catch up on some of the highlights from the other games as well. But for Golden State here, I really liked what I saw defensively out of them. I thought Kelly Oubre had a really great defensive game. I thought Andrew Wiggins played pretty well defensively. He definitely still has defensive potential, and if Oubre is playing well, maybe that sets the tone for them on the wings there to be able to play some good defense. I thought Eric Paschall did a good job, and then Curry looked, as good as we expect him to. So I think defensively they're going to be, better than a lot of people might think, especially with Looney back healthy at center. We'll have to see how it looks with Wiseman in the lineup, and this was all without Draymond Green, obviously, so he'll come back and be a big piece on defense. I thought Jordan Poole looked really good. He looked very comfortable, looked like he was settling into the rotation, actually making decisions, letting the game come to him rather than forcing things. The shot looked better. He looked efficient. He wasn't turning it over a lot, so I really liked Jordan Poole. Seems like he's grown up a lot over the offseason. Kent Bazemore and Brad Wanamaker are excellent additions on the minimum. I think they'll be great depth pieces. And then the other random note of the night was that Alen Smailagić needs to be a stretch 4, if anything. If he's going to have a career in the NBA, it's only going to be instant offense, and you cannot have this man in the paint. I'm telling you, he's not a good defender now, and he's never going to be. If they're going to play him at the 5 and try to have him in the paint, they're going to get destroyed inside every single possession. So if Smailagić wants to develop into an actual NBA player, he's going to have to be a better shooter and just be there for offense, and you can hide him out of the paint, because if he's in the paint, the other team's just going to attack every single possession. So you need to have him guarding somebody out on the perimeter, because if he gets cooked out there, maybe they'll miss a jumper. But if somebody's going inside in the paint on Smailagić, I'm telling you, they will score every single time. And that's all I have on specific notes from tonight. As for how good this team might be this year, I've seen a lot of people pretty pessimistic on them. Like, I don't put too much stock into whatever ESPN says as their ranking, or ESPN analysts or whatever. They're wrong all the time. Nobody is ever, whatever. ESPN analysts and Bleacher Report and all those websites, they're wrong all the time. Every year they're wrong. And they had the Warriors ranked as the 14th team or in the West, or missing the playoffs or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Obviously, losing Klay Thompson hurts. It hurts a lot, and I'm not happy about it. And I really, really wish Klay was there, because if he was, I'd be a lot more optimistic about their actual odds to win the NBA championship this year. I feel like they had a really great offseason. They put a lot of great pieces together, especially after seeing it on the court. Like I said, we're not overreacting to the preseason, but we can take some positive indicators from tonight, and I think these pieces are going to work well together, especially the vibe that we've seen from the team throughout this offseason. It seems like everybody's kind of meshing well, and they're excited to get back on the court. If they had Klay Thompson, I definitely would consider this team a real title threat. My thing about them is Steph Curry. If you have Steph Curry, you have a chance. doesn't matter who else is on the roster. If you have Steph Curry, you have a chance to be a really, really good basketball team. I think they've put, a lot of pieces that fit well around him. Like I said, Oubre looks like he'll be better on defense this year. He's a good wing defender. He can be a stopper there. Wiggins has defensive potential. We'll see if he can tap into it. Pascal is a six-man scorer off the bench. Draymond is still good, and veteran pieces like Wanamaker and Bazemore. And if James Wiseman is anything in year one, that'll be something. Kevon Looney, also a solid veteran piece. So, it's a solid roster. It's an overall solid roster, and I think it fits. Are they an actual title contender? Well, if you have Steph Curry, you have a chance, but it's going to be tough to get past the Lakers, just because Anthony Davis, who's guarding Anthony Davis? Looney can do a good job, but if he gets injured, they're screwed. And for the minutes that he has to sit, you're just going to see Davis torching Marquise Chris over and over again. Hopefully Wiseman can be something, but obviously we'll have no idea until we see him. He played 3 college games, so Wiseman is a pretty big question mark at this point. But I do think I do like their chances of Steph going off against any other team in the West guard rotation. I think he can score on anybody. So if he can get really, really hot for any series, they have a chance against a team like the Lakers, the Clippers, or anybody else. So I don't know. Is the team going to be good? Yes, I think they'll be better than a lot of people think. Maybe that's the optimistic fan in me, but I do think this team is going to be probably a top 4 to 5 record, top 4 to 5 seed in the Western Conference, that is. And I think Steph Curry is going to have a great year. And I think they'll be, extremely tough in the playoffs. I think they have a shot to get the Western Conference Finals. I haven't made my official predictions yet, but honestly, I might pick them to go to the conference finals. They're at least the second round team, and it'll be very competitive if they lose in the second round. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with them. Like I said, I loved a lot of the offseason moves, and I just wish Klay was healthy, because I would be like jumping up and down for joy if Klay was healthy right now. And I was saying that over the offseason. I thought they nailed the draft. Wiseman at 2 was the best option for them there. And getting Mannion, even though Mannion won't be good right away, that was another thought from tonight. Mannion is not ready. Nico Mannion, he's not going to be an NBA player this year. Maybe in like 2 or 3, but there's a reason they put him on the 2-way deal. He's going to spend a lot of time in the G League. He's just not ready for the NBA right now. I like the draft with those 2. I thought that the Oubre move was awesome. I loved the veteran bench additions of Wanamaker and Bazemore. And I think that, especially after seeing some of their young guys tonight, like Poole made a jump. It looks like Pascal is just as good as last year. Hopefully we'll see him make a little bit of progress. And Michael Mulder can really shoot it. I know that's an end-of-the-bench guy, but hopefully he makes the roster, right? Michael Mulder's a good shooter off the bench there. And Marquise Chris hopefully has gotten better. So I don't know. That's just, you're getting into guys who are probably not in the playoff rotation anyway. But I am cautiously optimistic on the Warriors going into next year. I just miss Klay, man. Anyway, that's all I got on the dubs for tonight. Those are just some quick hits from tonight's game. You might see me doing a little bit more of this with a team that I watch on any given night, giving some quick hitters from the previous night's game. I said this at the beginning of the video, but please don't overreact to preseason games. Just don't do it. Good or bad, just don't. But there are some things we can glean from it. So that's about all I have for you on the Golden State Warriors. Like I said at the top of the video, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, ring the bell if you want to, leave a comment letting me know what you think about the Warriors, their offseason, how they looked last night, any of the other teams that have played in the preseason so far, how they've looked over the first couple of days of the preseason. And with all that said, I will see you guys in the next one.